All right, good evening, folks. Here we are, ready for another roll reveal. This one is number 836. It's a 1942D plastic tubed B roll. I haven't really looked at these coins up close, but that looks pretty darn good to me. So let's hope we've got something good. Let's hope we've got the goodies in here. We got double die obverse, double die reverse, repunch mint marks. So all kinds of goodies for 42D. First coin here is going to go to Carl. Carl. Let's see what Carl gets after we knock down some of this light. Draw it in a little bit. Focus it out really nice. Pick this light up. And there we go. Okay. Dirty Water, Dan McCumber, good evening, sirs. Kind of travel along a little slowly at first to make sure that I'm not missing anything. Get my eyes used to looking at this issue. Nothing on the obverse on that one. How about the reverse? We could run into something just about anywhere on these. Obverse, reverse, repunchment marks. There's all kinds of goodies. Not that coin. So that one goes to Carl. Scope is an M scope, and the camera is the 18 megapixel camera M scope provides. I can't really tell you anything more than that because I don't know anything more than that. It was the it's an infinite zoom 7.5 to 35x trinocular microscope. Donald Lehman up next. Let's see what we have for him. Not seeing a repunchment mark. I've got two die scratches, one either side of the top of the one. I'm going to use that for my marker to know this particular die pair. Be able to keep track of how many times we've run into it. And the reverse side. Looking about everywhere because we have double dies all over the place possible on this particular issue. Didn't find anything there. Yeah, I can understand you on upgrading that camera. It's a lower quality camera than your optics are able to handle. All right, nothing big on that. And the reverse. Well, we've tried, right? Okay, nothing on the obverse, nothing on the reverse on this one. Let me check for a marker near the date again so we know what we're looking at. Oh, it's the same die. Never mind, right? Well, at least we now have an original roll now. Number 4, Mark Thomas. And Mark Thomas gets a roll ender. Same die, though. Same die pair. Look on the reverse again, and we should come up with all the same things. Yep, there's that die gouge out in front of the left wheat. All right, that's 4 coins in, still nothing found. Check number 5 now for Dirty Water. Dirty Water's in the house. Let's see if we can get him something good while he's here. Nope, got that same die again. Die scratch on either side of the upper part of the one. Not even going to flip this one over. Little toning on that coin. It's coin number 6, Farm Dog. And same die again for Farm Dog here. Looks like we got a roll that fell out of the same press. That would be abnormal. We're just running into a streak. It'd be nice if that streak were anything we wanted. I mean, like big double dies, repunch mint marks, anything like that. Coin number 7 now. Jim Fletcher. Got 2 reveals programmed in for this evening. Got 2 more for tomorrow during the day. Then we're going to have the roll reveal show tomorrow evening at 7 p.m. Eastern Time, where we'll be selling spots in this coming week's rolls. I still got the same die. Still got the pair of scratches on either side of the one. So, again, not really a good reason to look at the reverse on this because we have seen it before. And another one. Same die. Again. Mark. Finally, we have a different die. And we have a very nice repunch mint mark. Got that very nice hook coming out of the bottom of the mint mark here. There's another D right here. I don't know exactly which die this is, but I can tell you it's got to be one of the good listed ones. So there we have something good, and Mark is going to get that. See if there's anything else on this to be paying attention to. You can get combinations, so we're going to even flip this over and take a look at the reverse. Well, that RPM doesn't show up at first until you tilt it just right in the light. Just right in the light. All right, let's take a look at the reverse. And nothing there, but we do have the RPM on this coin, so we are not skunked. We're not dry on this roll. There's one for Stan. Let's see what Stan gets. There's another one. Same die. That's nice. Like, did anybody want to identify that for me? As soon as we find another one, I'll stop and get a screenshot. Tim Weber. Up next. There. He's going to get that one too. This is the RPM that we are hunting for in the listings. Get you a screenshot or get you a good look at it. See if you can get out there on copper coins and find it. It's got that nice hook down on the lower part. This comprises this area right here on the D, so this is a different D punching. Number 6. Dirty Water says number 6, and I believe him. Dirty Water is not bad at doing this. Let me get our lighting reset here. There we go. All right, there will be nothing else remarkable about this coin because we have already checked all of the other coins that went with this die pair, and none of them had doubling except on the mint mark. So here we go. Next. RPM number 6, 1mm006. We have 3 examples so far. Here is a coin for Eric Beyer. And Eric does not get the RPM. Not a doubled eyelid. Not a double die obverse. Oh, this is the first die. It's got those scratches on either side of the upper part of the 1. So we know what this is. Coin 13, Kurt Pierce. So far, only 2 different dies found in this roll. There's another one of the first die. Another one, another one, another one. All right. Got one more reveal tonight, and then I've got 2 scheduled for during the day tomorrow. Eric has one scheduled for tomorrow. And then we'll have a reveal show tomorrow evening. There will be an auction on Tuesday. It will be rather brief, rather small. This is another of that first die again. Anytime you see those die scratches exactly like that, angled die scratches on either side of the upper part of the 1, you're going to run into all of the same features coin-wide. So if you know there's nothing on one coin that has those markers, then there will be nothing on any of them with those markers. Joe Cooper, how you doing, brother? Haven't seen you in a little while. Are you avoiding us because you think you owe me money? I have absolved you of that quite some time ago, you know. I haven't seen the reverse of this particular die pair, I don't think. So we will take a quick look. Wait a minute. I guess maybe I have. Oh, yeah. Never mind. It's another one of those. Oh. Joe, you busy, brother? Doing a lot of work? I know it's not very long before snow season comes back and you'll have something to do outside. It's another one of those. We shall go no further. We have a prolific number of coins minted with this particular die pair. Now here is the other one. 2 different die pairs we found so far. One of them is a nothing with 2 die scratches on either side, or 1 die scratch on either side of the upper part of the 1. Then we've got this one, which has a beautiful Southwest repunch mint mark, a hook on the bottom of the D. I have been informed by more than one of our illustrious watchers that this is die number 6. Got it. Joseph understood. Sissy now. What does she get? Sissy gets the first die. The coins aren't bad. They're in pretty decent shape. But I tell you what, there's not a whole lot of variation running in this roll. 2 different die pairs so far, and that's about it. Here goes number 19, Stone Cutter. Let's see what you get. All right. There's that first die again. The die scratches on either side of the 1. Tells us the story we need to hear. All right, Joseph, I appreciate it, brother. You know you got me as your support guy from here in North Carolina just about any time you need me. There is another one of the 006 RPMs. So far, we are 20 coins into a roll. We are 2/5 of the way through this roll and have found only 2 different die pairs. One of them normal and the other one has an RPM. Mr. Weber, the RPM pops its head out for you. Awesome. It'd be great if we could have half the roll as RPMs. Let's see. Number 22, Doug Rizak. Dougar gets the first die. Still, so far, only 2 different dies in the entire roll. A lot of times on earlier die state coins, Roy, you're going to find that to be the case. They're going to look a lot like proofs, but they are not. They're just normal coins. That was one of the problems with why I unfortunately lost the coin you sent to me, because it was a normal coin and I probably had it on my desk and thought it was pocket change. Because I always look at everything before I toss it. And that coin didn't have anything out of the ordinary on it. A lot of the earlier die state nickels come out looking a little proof-like, but they are very normal that way. All right, got the same old story again, the non-RPM die. Number 24 for Stan Horn. Normal die number 1 again. Die number 1 being the number 1 die we found in this roll. Has nothing special. Man, this week's football selection is just not in my taste. There was a game earlier where I had the opportunity to watch the Chiefs early, and that was okay, I guess. A little boring, but then after that, all I had was the what was it? The Panthers and the Jets. Yeah, yay. Who cares about that? And then had the Commanders and the Cowboys. Not excited there either. And then now we've got the 49ers and Falcons coming on. I couldn't like two teams less, I don't think. There's another RPM. Another one of those RPM number 6 coins. Got a couple little flecks of stuff on it. A very nice looking coin overall. Oh, the Bucks on Monday Night Football. That'll be nice. Who are they playing? 27. Stan the Man. Back to Stan. What do we get? Die 1. Still, 27 coins in. Only 2 different die pairs in this roll. Sissy. What do we got for Sissy? Another RPM. How about that? I think this is her second one of these. Nope, it's not. Tim has 2. I might be talking to somebody about a possible swap, because I think I could probably use one of these RPMs. Number 29, back to Trip Witt now. Not the RPM, this is the other die. We'll stop there. Coin number 30, Stone Cutter. We will easily get time in to do our other roll. 1942D RPM number 6 again. This is actually pretty good. It's good and bad at the same time. We're only getting 2 different die pairs, so this show is a little less than illustrious, but we are getting one die pair that has a really nice RPM. That is the payoff to having a very tightly packed roll. There you go. Another one. The first die again. We are moving right along and getting nowhere at the same time. There's for Eric Beyer. He gets one. Eric gets one of them. Nice RPM. Hello, Eric. You just got yourself a 1942 DRPM number 6 in late die state. Trip Witt. Only 2 different die pairs so far in this entire roll. Well, this one is different. This one is not either one of the die pairs we've seen so far, so this makes a 3rd die pair. I'm going to go off of this scratch here and this scratch making that little check mark shape under the 9, and then this one over here pointing to the top of the 1. Let's see, what else do we have here, if anything? Got a bunch of die scratches around the eye. Nothing else. Okay. And check the reverse again, because we have not seen the reverse of this particular die pair. Being careful to make sure I check for everything I know about so we don't miss anything. There's a number of different possibilities for known double dies, and then there's all the ones that we don't know about. The new discovery type stuff. Well, this is a third different die. Unfortunately, it has nothing on it. Let's see. There's another one of the RPMs right there. RPM number 6. Nothing else going on with these, but the RPM 6 is enough. This one's for Taco John. Let's go to the next coin, see what we've got. Number 35, Nanostacks. And Nanostacks will come out with our first die. So we're going to end up with probably a dozen or more of these RPMs out of this one roll. Which that's exciting, that's nice. These RPMs probably $12 to $15 a piece. Kurt Pierce now. There's another one. One for Kurt Pierce. Another RPM 6. Eric, this is a very strange roll. You got one coin of a third die pair. Everything else in the roll, up to number 37, has been two different die pairs. One RPM, one non-RPM. There it is again. The two die scratches, the two angled die scratches, one on either side of the upper 1 of the date, is how I've been identifying that normal die. There are other markers, but that's the easiest one to use when you toss it up there and look at the date and mint mark. Going for Taco John here. And it's another one of the first die again. It is making this roll go rather quickly. We're going to be finished with this one in less than 30 minutes. Dirty Water. Dirty Water, let's break the cycle. Nope. Non-broken cycle so far. We had one other coin from a different die. One brother from another mother. Everything else were twins. There's another one of them. Die, the first die out of the roll. Let's try number 41. Roy? Does he get an RPM or does he get a normal die? Yeah, right. Roy gets one of the normal ones. None for Dirty Water. That's kind of bad. We are running kind of dry on them. It looks like we got probably a dozen. I'll count them when we get done. There's between 10 and a dozen of them. Mr. Patillo. Let's see, what do we get for Mr. Patillo? All right, normal die again. I really don't understand. This is something very unusual to find, and if it's a repetitive thing with 1942, then there could be something different about how they bagged and distributed the coins. That would be a guess. This is another one of the normal ones. They are still very nice coins. Mark. I know he's already got one of the RPMs. Let's see. Nope, this one's going to be a normal one. Again. And next up, number 46 for Paul. We do have a total of 50 coins in the roll. Paul gets a normal one. Let's see, got another normal one. That's for Sissy. Coin number 48 now will be for Taco John. And Taco John will get... Is that? What is that? That is... a big Humpty Bump on a coin. Huh. No, that's a scrape. Okay, I see it now. It's all this is scooped up, piled right there. Big scrape. And it's one of the normal coins. Number 49, 2 coins left. This is the first of those 2, and then we'll move on to our other roll for today. It's going to be 1946 Denver. Another one of the normal coins here. Yeah, just kind of bouncing it around just a little bit to see how this area right here behaves, because it looks a little bit like it could be a D. I don't think it is, though. Eric will check behind me and make sure. Now Kurt Pierce. Last coin in the roll. And no RPM. Wonk, wonk. Well, it is what it is, right? We have a large number of coins from all the same die pair. These are the RPMs that we got out of the roll, so I'll just flip through the names and let you look at them. Got exactly 12. 1 dozen of them, and 3 were Tim Weber's. And I didn't even cheat, right? All right, folks, I appreciate you dropping by. This is going to be the first of 2 shows for today, so I'm going to go ahead and get these out and set them up here. And as soon as I can get closed out and get the coins ready and get everything situated and take a drink or two, I am going to be back. I'll see you then.